Good afternoon, friends. We are in conversation today with Mr. Deepak Ramola. He is the founder and artistic director of Project Fuel. And I have just come out of one of his sessions. He's taking with our GRE School of Management students this whole idea of life experiences, what life teaches you. He's talked to us about his experiences and his teaching students, adults in places like Afghanistan and Nepal and many other places. And of course, he is not only a life skills trainer, but he's also someone who's written lyrics for movies, and I'm sure he'll talk to us a little bit about a launch that will happen very much in the near future. He's also someone who is an actor. He's been in various movies, and that's something along with people like Salman Khan in Bodyguard, and of course he's acted in a serial by Colors as well, Sasural Simar Ka. At the same time, he's someone who all I can call him is a great motivator. All I can call him is someone who leaves a lasting impression, at least with my students he did. So I just have a few questions that I would like to ask him. He's someone who's juggled so many careers. I mean, he's someone who, 8 careers, 9 careers? How do you manage all this, and why do you do all this?
It's true. I am infamous as the guy who has 8 jobs, a morning job, an afternoon job, an evening job, and a lot of other jobs in between. But I think what happens is too many people in the world do not explore what they like. When I explored what I liked, I realized it's not just one thing or 2 things. I ended up liking 8 things, and it is increasing by the day. And when you like something, does not matter what the number is. When you really like something, you will find the time, the strength, the mental capacity, the resources to fulfill that happiness that you get after doing those 8 things. So how do I manage them? I say prioritize. If I have a movie that is coming up and I have to finish the song, then I leave everything and I'm sitting and writing a movie song. If I'm teaching in a class, I don't think about my acting career, I don't think about my life as a poet, I only think of my life as a life skills educator and what I can deliver in that class. So I like to believe that you have to enjoy as many things, and people who say, oh, don't be in too many ships are always wrong.
But there's something that you talked about, and there's an organization that you're involved with called Mighty Nepal, and obviously the objective of that organization is very, very noble, and something that very positively affects society. Can you talk a little bit about Mighty Nepal?
Mighty Nepal is an organization founded by an amazing person I know called Anuradha Koirala. 1993 is when she started her crusade against human trafficking. And what Mighty Nepal does is it rescues women, girls and children from human trafficking, child laborers, and also from abuse, from begging from streets and all kind of domestic violence. Since 1993, they have rescued more than 15,000 women from human trafficking and saved more than 45,000 women and children from the India-Nepal border from being trafficked. So how I met Anuradha was actually at TEDx Talks, TEDx Gateway. We were both co-speakers in the event, and just in the green room we were passing time, and she spoke to me about Mighty Nepal. She's the CNN Hero of the World in 2010, awarded by the community there. And she said that I have to come to Nepal to do a workshop of Project Fuel with the Mighty Nepal girls, because they have been through so much. And imagine, I talk about life lessons, I talk about life experiences. What would a girl who has served 25 to 30 men a day, what would a girl who has been sold for 3,000 rupees in another country for prostitution, what would she learn from her life? It seemed like a fantastic invitation. And this month, that is in the month of July, I actually was able to go to Nepal and teach there to those girls, to the children of those women and other kids who have been rescued. And what I think the world needs to learn is that you have to be human to another human being. Because if you can sell somebody for 3,000 rupees, that means you have lost every single ounce of human characteristics in your structure. And that is what Anuradha's fight is against. And I am supporting her in this cause of creating more awareness with poor parents and low middle class families to not sell their girls, and be lured by these pimps and these agents.
That's a great initiative, I must say. I think I heard you talking about this during your workshop here. I could see the students very, very touched, very moved by the whole thing. But, aside from this, a lot of people would wonder, why talk about these experiences? Why talk about life experiences with, budding management students? And obviously some people would really be for it. And, why do you think management students or leaders of the future would need to go through this process of discovery? Would need to go through this process of sharing experiences to become better human beings, or humanizing, which you talked about? Why is that the case?
I think not only is it important, it is imperative for every single person, irrespective of what course are you doing. Are you a communication student? Are you a management student? For you to be able to humanize yourself with other person, because that's who you're going to work with. You get an MBA degree. Who are you going to talk with? Machines? That never happens. You have to deal with human beings, whether you are a sweeper, whether you are a peon, whether you are a CEO. The only people you will work with are humans, And if you do not understand what another human being is going through, you will never be able to sensitize yourself to his problems, or you will never be able to adjust yourself to adjust your sales according to what the other person is feeling or going through, what the circumstances is. If you understand other people, that is only when you can bring change in society. And as leaders, as MBA graduates, as people who are going to run multi-billion-dollar companies, if you cannot think about a human being, then I'm sure you will fail even at managing the money, because then you will focus on making the business best, not the best part of the business, the human beings who run it for you. So I think when students, the amazing student that I have taught in JRE, I think when such amazing individuals listen and collaborate and are moved by the stories of another individuals who might have done something significant, the world unanimously becomes a better place. And Margaret Atwood said, in the end, we all will become stories. So if we all want to become good stories, we have to have created our own stories so beautifully that it involves other people's stories in it. So I think that's why leaders need to know stories more than anyone else.
I think that's a very, very important piece of information you've given us. In the end, we'll all be stories. We'll be good stories, we'll be bad stories, we'll be somewhere in the middle stories. I think, are you carrying any stories back with you on your visit to JRE? Any stories?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have taught thousands of people over the course of my short and long life in different people's perspective. And JRE has been one of those significant institutions that I have actually revisited. I generally do not repeat colleges on a much larger scale, but here coming back and teaching the same students, what I have learned is the world is in safe hands. That's what I've learned personally, that the world is in safe hands, because I don't know what industry they will revolutionize for themselves, but they will be good human beings. That is something I know for sure, and I get to be a part of that experience. I feel privileged. The other thing that I think is about these very students is that they are very adjustable. They are very adjustable and sensitized to other people's needs. My lectures are very long, so to tolerate that for a long time says a lot about them as students. And what I think they need to do more is to be able to experience it in the real world by associating themselves with various organizations. Not just interning with the high brand product endorsing brands, but also with these NGOs, working with community services. And that, I think, are the experiences that will help them take their job in a better position and reach out to the mass level problem. So yeah, and I think this campus is, every time I come here, the beauty of it is the campus is buzzing with so much wisdom that I come with these thousands of life lessons from around the world, and then I take hundreds with me. I would really want all the students to collect the life lessons of all their professors. What have their professors learned? Traveling the world, reading, PhDs, doctors. What has life taught them? What is one significant thing they have learned? Ask their juniors, ask their seniors, and see in that wisdom how they can shape themselves to meet their highest potential.
I think the next time you come here, we'll have to have the life lessons as you just mentioned with the teachers and the faculty, and I'm sure it'll lead to very interesting results. Okay, I can't help but ask you about this movie that's releasing very shortly. You've written a song in it.
Yes. There's a film called Mountain Man, Manji the Mountain Man, and it's a real life story. It's a biopic on a guy named Dashrath Manji in a village named Gellor in Bihar, who broke a mountain for the love of his wife, who passed away slipping down on that mountain for 22 years with a hammer and a chisel. And it was my first film that I was offered as a lyricist. The film has 2 songs. One I have written, one the acclaimed director Ketan Mehta has written, the one who made Mangal Pandey and Ranvasiya and all. And the actor in the film is Nawazuddin Siddiqui, who's very popular for his amazing performances. This film talks about the strength of human spirit, of how one man dedicatedly, with determination, can choose to fight with something as strenuous and as morbid as a mountain and break it for the love of his wife. And I've written a Bhojpuri song, in the film. I had to learn the language of the place for 3 weeks before I could write the song, and then I geared myself to write a Bihari song, although I'm not a Bihari person. The song is not released, so I can't sing. Contractually bound.
I think I really look forward to this movie, Mountain Man. I think I really want to listen to the song as well. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. It's been an absolute pleasure having you over. I think the glint in my students' eyes says it all. I look forward to having you again. And thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
This is all part of our attempt. This is all part of our endeavor to be able to create, better managers, to be able to create better human beings. Human beings first, and managers thereafter, and obviously there is a correlation. And I'm sure such events, such inspiration, such kind of conversations would help everyone discover themselves, would help everyone achieve the optimum, to achieve the maximum they could possibly can. Here's Dr. Vishal Talwar, Dean, GRE School of Management, signing out.